It's a timeless thing, isn't it? I mean, of course, the Wombles, they've been around for such a long time and very much a part of AFC Wimbledon and Wimbledon FC.
Absolutely. And when you're watching a match, Hayden goes around the pitch with his big his big blue bin, and he opens it and closes it. Wombles! So here he is. This is Hayden Womble. Teddie was born with PCD, which is a breathing condition which he still has, but when he was in hospital on his life support machine and his ventilators and all the other sorts of bits and bobs he was holding on to his little toy Womble literally every single day. He didn't put it down. He clung on to it. Didn't you, Teddie? So he's now been known as Teddie the Womble, and he's quite famous. And everybody loves him. Everybody loves Hayden, don't they?
Sit here and enjoy the football. We enjoyed it. You know, the stadium.
Glenn came in for me, yeah, and that is your dad. And your dad's on show in this museum all the time because it's so important. And these two cats now will be 63, 88, and eventually what we're going to do is, if we can enlarge this or get a larger place, it's going to be the most important 3 cabinets. The ones that put us into the league, the 88 Cup and the 63. None of the clubs do it. It's fantastic. That's Laurie scoring the goal. And see the goalkeeper in green? His name is Bruce Roblar. And I know what he said when that ball went past him. I spoke to him afterwards, and he said in South African accent, he said, "Oh dear, I think the ball has beaten me," or something very like that.
Today, this sculpture that we're going to be seeing here has been produced by the amazing Lorraine Botterill. For those who don't know, WiSH looks after the sporting heritage of sporting activities in Wimbledon, including the fantastic exhibition we've got inside the shop. If you get a minute, please go and have a look in there. It's wonderful to tell all the story of Wimbledon and what we've been going through. The great thing about this particular piece here is it's another example of a one club initiative. So this is WiSH working with the Dons Trust, working with supporters to produce some fantastic work. And also, it wouldn't have been made possible without the kind donation and sponsorship from Galliard Homes. Thank you very much, Galliard, for sponsoring. And isn't it amazing to see these wonderful Wombles? I've been racking my brains about a collective noun for Wombles. I was thinking a burrow, a waddle. We've seen you waddle. Or I prefer a wonder of Wombles, which is what we have here. So we're absolutely blessed to have them here, and I think we're all also very blessed that Elizabeth Beresford was in our lives and was able to give us the Wombles, which been absolutely fantastic. And never has the Wombles message been more important than it is today. And we're absolutely delighted that we now have the Womblettes, who are going around and doing some collecting for us. So thank you very much to them. It's a brilliant new initiative that we have here. So thank you very much to the Womblettes. And now it's my pleasure to hand over to Elizabeth Beresford's son Marcus to say a few words and to go on with the unveiling. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to ask 3 people plus my family to come up here, so we're all in shot. I'd like Lorraine to come up here because she's done all the work and it's an amazing sculpture she's done. I'd like to ask up Simon Hood, who without him, is Simon, where is he? There he is. Without him, this would never have happened because he originally planned to have it on Wimbledon Common, and Wimbledon Common unfortunately didn't want it at that time, so it's going to be here, which is wonderful. And the man who's driven this project, please would he come up here as well, John Lynch. Come on, John, let's see you. If the word rocker, maybe not a young rocker quite, comes to mind, well, he was in the Rocky Horror Show for 10 years, so he really was a genuine rocker. Moving on to the reason we're all here, which is obviously to talk about the Wombles and unveil this. My mum, Elizabeth Beresford, Liza Robertson in her real life, would have been extremely proud of today's moment. We live locally, we love Wimbledon. She supported Wimbledon, the football club, vicariously through me because I was a regular goer from the 1970s right the way through. Went to all the rounds pretty much of the FA Cup year and have season tickets here. So for us as a family, it's not just about the Wombles. Wimbledon Football Club is a very big part of our lives. But the most important person of all would clearly be Great Uncle Bulgaria, the sage of the world Wombles. And he's very shy, he doesn't speak very often. He issues statements even less regularly than the Queen. But 20 years ago, Great Uncle Bulgaria, when asked whether, and this is absolutely true what he said then 20 years ago, would he support the franchise team going to Milton Keynes or the new local team appearing on Wimbledon Common? And he made it absolutely clear. He said, and I hope I'm quoting you correctly, Cousin Buckingham of the Milton Keynes borough may well want to go and watch them, but we will be watching something much nearer to home here in Wimbledon. So he said that then, and 20 years on, he has issued another statement. And as far as I'm aware, he's not issued a statement about anything else in the world in that intervening period. He says, and I quote you again, I hope I've got this right in the rather poor light in here, AFC Wimbledon, returning to Plough Lane, has thrilled all sports-loving Wombles. In particular, Hayden, and of course, the much-missed Womble has reappeared. And here, as we get to the opening of the unveiling, is the key sentence, really. Most Wombles work very hard cleaning up after messy humans, but there are exceptions. And it is very appropriate, therefore, that the lovely sculpture is being unveiled by Orinoco, who was and is the fattest, laziest, and greediest of the Wombles, and it's so fitting that he should be sitting on a bench while the rest of us are out there working, like Alderney, Bungo, who are here in spirit as well. And so, with no further ado, as the sort of inspiration of Orinoco, which I was for my mother, sadly, I will now, with the rest of the family, unveil the statue.
He's got the Wimbledon scarf on.
Well, with me now, Don's fan, Kingsley Hamilton and son Teddie.
But it's great to see the rest of the Wombles, and it's great to see the lovely bench that's been made, and also to see the Beresford family as well. So, and we've got the sun shining as well, which is fantastic.
We're yellow and blue in my backyard, South London through, South London hard. We're yellow and blue in my backyard. We're yellow and blue in my backyard.
We've got Mike Kelly, who won the FA Amateur Cup in 1963. And Mike Kelly went on to become England's professional goalkeeping coach, apart from playing in the professional ranks. We've also got two heroes from our famous Beresford boys. One of them is Jeff Bryant, and Jeff Bryant is a guy who was almost ever present in the 3 glorious years when we won the title of the Southern League Championship, one after the other, and finally the chairman of the other league clubs relented and put us into the Football League. And we've also got the captain of that side, Captain Courageous himself, also director of AFC Wimbledon, Ian Cooke. So what I'm going to do, I'm surrounded by earthly beings and Wombles, and I'm so pleased to see so many Wombles here. And I would say to you that Lorraine Botterill, who did this statue, this is an art installation statue. She's got royal commissions, and she's done statues all over Europe, and has got a huge reputation. But it is an art, it's not a photographic type of depiction, it's an art statue, and we're very much hoping that you enjoy it, because what it does, it tells you that this club And this community now is starting to knit together as one to do wonderful things. Don's local action group, the youth section, the academy, all of these parts of this one club are now working together to say we recognise our heritage in this area, our sporting heritage. It's not just about football, it's about speedway, it's about dog racing, it's about car racing, stock car and football of course, but this area is very, very famous for that. And we want to reach out to the wider community and say, when you come into this stadium, the one thing you'll notice is that this reminds you there is a unique Wembley Team Cup double. No other club has won the FA Amateur Cup and the FA Cup, and we are the only club that can ever do it because there's no longer an Amateur Cup. But the difference then between our top international players of the 60s and the 70s and the top professionals then was very, very slight indeed. Jeff Bryant, Ian Cooke and Mike Kelly. And I don't know which one of you three is going to wrestle that coating off of there.
Well, I'm delighted to say, joining me now, three absolute legends. The meat in the sandwich there, John Lynch, flanked by goal-scoring legend himself, Ian Cooke, and Jeff Bryant. John, first of all, tell us about today. It's gone very well, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's brilliant. This is the first ever Wombles installation in the country. It's been, there's multiple partners attached to this that have made it happen. I think it's quite a unique creation. When we started thinking about this, we wanted to go down the sustainable and green route, just the same as the Wombles do, about reuse and recycle. So this whole bench has been carved out of a fallen tree that's been replanted. And the sculptor, she's taken my breath away. It was beyond my wildest dreams and the vision that I had in my head. So I'm just very proud and humbled to be a part of it and celebrate the Wombles long association, 47 years with the club, much to the surprise of these two when they came out of Burnley and Leeds. But yeah, it's great. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that we're putting the stadium precincts, giving it a tourist destination really, with a range of different things along it. Bring people down and hopefully bring them into the stadium at the same time.
Absolutely, Jeff. What does it mean coming down here and being involved on a day like this, still as an ex-Wimbledon player and being asked to be a part of the club here, yeah?
Yeah, you never stop belonging to this club. I mean, I had a number of clubs afterwards, but nothing ever compared to this club. It was just the best. The people, the area, I just love it. And, I was only too pleased to come up here. It's fantastic. And what they've done, it's brilliant. It's just brilliant.
Ian, just turning to you, I mean, when we came down here first of all and the stadium site was handed over to us, we saw it demolished. We were here on that day. I mean, sitting out here now in the sunshine, Wimbledon really back in the community. It must fill your heart with joy.
Yes, it's been a fantastic progression, and all the work that's been put in by so many people, supporters and everyone else that's got this stadium for the club, and people have donated money, and it's been fantastic. And now all these statues and the connection with the Wombles, and get involved when you're 5 or 10 years old and stay a supporter of Wimbledon for your life.
And of course as well, I mean, it's a place now where so many of the ex-players can come and call home again, can't they?
Yes, we get as many back as we can, and we often do. I was very good to invite ex-players back, and they're only too willing to come and lend support to anything that's going on.
And it's such a strength in the community as well now. It's a real focal point for everyone to be involved with, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah, they got involved in, of course, the food bank has gone so well, and it's supported so many people, and that again gives the club kudos for putting the effort in to support the community, and that's what it's about.